Good morning, everyone. I'm back with another Python practice video. Today I am doing Data in Motions Week 17 coding question. So the instruction is ATM machines allow 4 or 6 digit PIN codes, and PIN codes cannot contain anything but exactly 4 or exactly 6 digits. Your task is to create a function that takes a string and returns true if the PIN is valid and false if it is not. And as you see, they give us a few examples of test cases that we can use to test our code and make sure everything is working correctly. So let's go ahead and get started. As you can see, I have already created my skeleton, which is the solution function called isValidPin that takes in the parameter of a string. And I also created that main function, which is where I will test all of the test cases to make sure it is working. So let's get started on the solution function. As you see with the last condition, it shows that if the parameter doesn't contain any string, then it is going to be false. So let's start with that condition first. So we're going to say if not a string, then we want to return false. So that takes care of that condition. So if a string is passed with no type of data in it, then it's going to automatically return false before even checking for any other conditions. So next, what I want to tackle is to see if the string itself has the length of 4 or 6, and that will let us know that it has the correct amount of digits. So we're going to say if the length of a string is not equal to 4, or we're going to say if the length of a string is not equal to 6, we then are going to return false. So the last condition we're going to check for is we want to check to make sure the string itself contains digits or integers. So to do that, I actually found a method we can use, which is called isNumeric. So I'm going to use that method to test to make sure the string itself contains all numbers. And if it doesn't contain all numbers, or that function is returns false, then we're going to set the return to false. Okay, guys, so I think this is about it. I think I have all of my conditions set. So since we have the false conditions already set, now it's time for us to come to the bottom and return true if none of those conditions are found to be true in our string that is passed. So it will return true if any of the above conditions is not found. So now what's left to do is we're going to test it to see if we need to change anything and see if it is working correctly. So as you can see, I ran into an error here. All of my conditions are coming back false, and that is not what we wanted to get back. As you can see, the first one is also returning false, and that should be returning true. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to my solution function and see what I did incorrect and see if I can get this to work correctly as it is intended. So as you see in my second condition, I put or instead of and. So we want to put and there because we're checking if it's not equal to 4 and not equal to 6. So as you can see, I reran it and now everything is working correctly. So sometimes you really have to pay attention to those conditions and make sure your logic is correct. So yep, that is where I made that mistake there. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you would go about solving this a different way. Let me know any tips you would suggest for me. And like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.